to you with a brand new video, and trying to see if I can set. Okay, here we go. Perfect. All right. Scoot over a little bit more. All right, then, folks. Ryan here coming to you with a brand new video, and this is, uh, another live. We're talking about the personal development and the transformation as well. And did this thing just fell? Oh, come on. Don't do that right now, please. Oh, come on. Anyways. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, let's do this. Okay. And we go. Okay. That looks better. All right, then, folks. So, personal development, transformation, and there are so many people I see went on this journey here, the transformation journey, and they studied personal development and so forth. But I noticed a lot of people quit. And I think one of the reasons why so many people quit is because the money did not show up fast enough. And that's the reason why I think going into transformation just for the sake of earning money is a terrible idea. Yes, we all want to make money. We're living in a capitalist country. You have to pay for everything. I get the whole idea why people want to earn money and they want to earn it fast too. Nothing is wrong with that. But they make money the most important thing. It is not the most important thing. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't make money. That's not what I'm trying to say here. But earning money, it is not the most important thing. It might be what? Number three, I think. Uh, you know, health, that should be number one. First thing, your health and fitness should be number one. Number two, relationships with other people should be number two, with your family and so forth and friends and, you know, and number three, then we can throw money in at number three. But money should not be the most important thing because we have so many other things there that's more important than money. All right. So many people got on this journey here of transformation, of change. For that's what transformation really means. It means you want to change your life, change the way how you are living your life. You want to live a new way or a different way from the way how you were living 5, 10 years ago. Okay. Now, when you are gonna make the when you're on this journey here of transformation, there are a couple of things I want you to take into consideration. Right? I want you to first take care of your health and your fitness because this is a big one on the list. Have you ever seen those guys who are talking, motivational people and guys might be very smart and he read a lot of books and he knows a lot of stuff. But when you look at them, you can see that the guy's overweight. I mean, me personally, I can't take you too seriously. You know what I mean? You know, hey, Christy. Okay, you know, I I cannot take you too seriously. Yes, I will. I can listen to you for information and so forth, but I can't take it too seriously because you might be disciplined in reading books. And personally, me personally, reading a whole bunch of books doesn't really, it doesn't really change your life. Honestly, it doesn't, because that is not how you change the subconscious programs by reading a whole bunch of books. That's not how you do it. And our goal here is when we are reading for two reasons, really. At least that's the two reasons I came up with to read. Because we need our reasons. We need the reasons to do things. So reading, two reasons to read. One, we read to memorize things, and two, we read to change subconscious programs. And this is why you're gonna have to read and listen to the same thing over and over and over and over, because we are trying to memorize at the same time trying to change the subconscious programs. All right. So when you see a person who read a whole bunch of books and then you look at their life is just the same, you know, right? You read up, so you see that the person, despite the fact that they read and they are smart and they have all this knowledge, but their lives is just a mess. And you're wondering what's going on here. If this guy read all of these books, why hasn't his life changed? Simple. He educate his conscious mind. Easy. You can look at me, listen to me talking to you, and something goes off, some light switch, and be like, uh-huh. And you know, your conscious mind becomes educated. Your subconscious mind doesn't learn that way. It learns through repetition by doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. Okay? And that is how you change the subconscious programs. It's through repetition. Okay? So you want to not just read, but repeat the things that you read many, many times over. And you pretty much do not stop repeating and listening to those things. Maybe you listen to them from different people in a different format or so, but it should be the same information. Yes, you can take in new information, of course, but you don't want to take in too much new information. You want to take in a little bit of information, then you put that into the practice of repetition and memorizing. And then, it goes into your long term memory. You can reach back for it anytime you want and repeat it again over and over and over, right? That's the goal for reading. So you see a person who read a whole bunch of books and you're like, yeah, you have all this information, but does your life change? And they're like, no. Why is your life the same despite the fact that you read all these books? Simple. Subconscious mind doesn't learn by reading a whole bunch of books. It learns through habits, rituals, routines, repetition. Okay? Right? So, if you see a person who is extremely smart, this guy's overweight, but he's smart. I mean, like, come on. I can't really take you too serious. Okay? So now we have to work on the fitness. It's a big part of the transformation journey. That work needs to get done. And this is when a lot of people start to run away from the transformation process. Right? Hi, Sharon. Right? People start to run away from the transformation process because they've been like, am I gonna have to change uh change physically as well? No, you don't have to. But you should. This is huge. Attractiveness is important. I don't care what they're gonna tell me. When you look at some people and see how attractive they are, it gets them into the door by just being attractive, right? Fitness is one way how you become more attractive. And it also shows your commitment, your discipline, and your consistency. People are looking at that. Okay. So that's one of the first thing I, you know, I would recommend for people who are on this journey of transformation. And you read all these personal development books, but you realize that your life is just the same. Nothing changes. Reading alone will not help you. It's just not. Getting into the gym, that will change you. When you look in the mirror, do you like what you see? Would you like to shed a couple pounds, put on some muscles? Would you like to do that? Then get into the gym and start working out. You don't have a gym pass? Purchase one as soon as you possibly can. Okay? And start. Transformation, three areas, I think. At least those are the three areas I worked on. And I'm still doing it because this is a thing now. When we say transformation and changing the subconscious programs and all that, I think what's going through some people's mind that you're gonna be able to do this thing here one time and then get results that you want, and then you never have to do it again. That's not how it goes. When you go to the gym and you start losing weight and you start getting in shape, what do you do? Do you quit or you still keep going? I'm pretty sure you keep going. Why? Because you want to stay in shape. Because that's where we are now. Now you get in shape. Now it's time to stay in shape. So you have to stay there for the long run, over a long period of time. All right? You are in this for the long haul because you want to stay in shape and look good for as long as you possibly can. All right? So, relationships was the next thing I worked on. And there are some things that I learned over the years about relationships. You know, your language, the way how you speak, the way how you talk, the way how you say things. Become aware of that. Try not to joke around too much with the people who you are friends with and say things to them that you are just joking but you didn't mean. Like avoid that at all costs. Don't even try. Avoid joking with them unless it's, and like I would say, most likely avoid it. Because the thing is, there are two things I learned about, really, having relationships with people long term. Don't talk crap to them and don't talk crap about them. They just don't like it, right? You don't like it either, and they don't like it either, right? So, on the journey of transformation, a lot of people quit too early. They see a little bit of change, but what? The change is not big enough, it's not massive enough, it's not huge enough, it's not fast enough. You haven't, seen the million dollars in the bank account yet. So you freaked out and you stop and you quit going to the gym, or you quit. You haven't seen the muscles yet and the six pack yet, so you quit. That's not how transformation work. Little tiny shifts. Once you get that little tiny shift, what do? Keep working, keep going. You have to stay there. You have to stay there. Little by little, bit by bit, piece by piece, you notice your life start becoming different. Your relationships got better with the people around you and the people who you meet on a day-to-day basis and people who you are newly meet, and you become newly friends, right? Keep on working on that. Keep on working on yourself. You notice you start to get in shape a little tiny bit, not that much. What do? Quit? No. You stay with it. Keep working on it. And then suddenly you notice that the anger goes down, the resentment goes down, bitterness goes down, the pain goes down. You start to wash away the trauma. You start feeling better about yourself. You look into the mirror and your body start to look a little different. You start feeling better about yourself because now you are doing the work. You are putting the work. Like I said, your interaction with other people becomes much more better. You are getting better. it's not fast enough. And this is why a lot of people said, oh, I am gonna quit because it's just not happening for me. The money is not in the bank account yet. While you are making this transition and this transformation, while you are doing this, it would be nice to have something on the side working on a little side business, something, whatever that is for you, or even trying to create a YouTube channel, something, but have something working on, which is going to help you to free you one day and give you the money that you are looking for. So that way, we know you have a little side thing working on at the same time. Because you need a vehicle to bring the money into your life. Some type of vehicle you need, whether that's sales or whatever that is for you. Okay? But you keep working on that. While you are working on yourself, transforming yourself, transforming your life, making the changes in your life, your emotions has become, a lot lower. You start controlling your emotions. You don't go off angry and, just start to act crazy anymore. You stop doing that. Well, at least not stop, but you reduced it down. The change is happening. You don't think it's happening fast enough. When you realize how many years it takes somebody, you see those people, you see those big muscles and those nice looking body. When you realize how many years it takes them, at least 3 years. Of course, some of these people have been doing it longer, but at least 3 years. Your subconscious programs, but this is something that I worked on every single day. It doesn't happen overnight, but I notice a change. I can feel a change. I know where I was, and I know where I am right now. Okay? So I'm making the change little by little, bit by bit, piece by piece, day by day. Every single day I put in the work to change the subconscious programs. But that's where a lot of the transformation happens there. You can feel it in your mind first. You can feel it. You start feeling better about yourself. So, transformation takes time. And it takes work as well. And it is slow. When you read those personal development books and they give you information and instruction on what you need to do to change your life, you need to do it. Without you doing it, I guarantee you, we're going to come back here 2 years later and you're going to still be the same person because you haven't changed. And that's why we need to change, because we are in transformation, transforming our lives to make our lives better, to develop ourselves, to work on ourselves, develop our minds. Because especially in the beginning, your mind is just nothing but filled with all types of viruses. Okay? Barren land. You dump all types of stuff in your mind, in your land, your best piece of real estate on the planet. Have you ever seen those lands that these people just dump stuff in? What becomes of it? They dump this a whole bunch of trash in there. What becomes of it? Wasteland. Your mind is like that. If you dump a whole bunch of trash, garbage into your mind via the stuff that you listen to on a day-to-day basis, drama, problems, troubles, headaches, worries, tensions, you watch that stuff. Oh, the music, by the way. So you watch a lot of that stuff and you repeat that stuff over and over and over and over. You are dumping all this trash, this garbage into your mind. What result do you expect? Okay? Personal development changes that. Once you start to read this information, study it, listen to it over time, then you begin to change a little bit. You start to see life a little differently. Over a period of time, you are going to see that there are some incremental changes, minor changes happening in your life. I know, because it's so slow and it is painfully slow sometimes. People give up. If you start working out and you see one ab, what would you do? You only have one ab now. What would you do? Work to develop the next five abs, or would you just quit and say, I just have one ab only? It doesn't worth my time. Or does it worth trying, keep working? That is just how transformation is. One little tiny shift, one little tiny difference in your life, and you keep working. So, those were the areas I worked on, still working on. Why? Because you have to continue on to show up even when you start seeing good results. Even when you are not seeing any results, you gotta keep going. But you need to keep going even when you are seeing results. Yeah. So make the change, um, and also continue to make the change. Don't give up now. You where you are right now, maybe it was even way better than where you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. My biggest fear is to go back to where I was. I'm not doing that. When I remember how how painful it was when I was in that vibration, that negative vibration, energy, everything was just, off. After a period of time, I noticed that energy changes. I became a better person. Now, I want you to get into affirmations. Like I said, we shouldn't do affirmations for money. It's a terrible idea. We're gonna use affirmations to clear the blockages. Now we are aware that we should have more money. Now we are aware that money comes into your life by you exchanging a product or a service or some form of entertainment, and you earn money. So affirmation doesn't make you rich, but it removes the blockages that prevents you from earning money. And that's the reason why day in, day out, even when you haven't seen the money yet, have to keep on repeating these affirmations. They have to keep, that's what changes the subconscious mind. We have to keep on doing it. And also, gratitude. We need to give thanks. Yeah. And you might say, hey, Ryan, give thanks for what? What is here for me to give thanks for? Okay, get your point. Why should they give thanks? There's way a lot more to be thankful for than what to be ungrateful for. Because when somebody is kind to you, and you would say, if you thank them, then they will say you are grateful. And if they are kind to you and you criticize them for being not giving you enough of the thing that you want, but they still help you. They give you what they could. It's called ungrateful. Same thing with us here. In this creation, the universe pretty much gives us everything that it can. We don't always get what we want, but we get what the universe has for us. So, in return, we need to be thankful. Thank the source where we are getting these things from. We need to say thank you. Thank you, universe. Thank you, source. Thank you, God, whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay? So we say thank you. So we need to get good at gratitude. We need to get good at saying thank you. I tried my best. Doesn't always do it every single day. I miss some days, which I'm not happy about. But I tried my best to say thank you on a regular basis to the universe. Okay? So you got to learn how to say thank you. That is part of the transformation. You are going to say thank you even when there's not a whole, there's not a good amount of reason to say thank you, because things around you are just going to hell in a handbasket. You know, whatever is happening around you, you feel terrible. But you know, being in gratitude, giving thanks, will change your mood, your energy, the state of mind, the frequency, the vibration. Saying thank you will change that for yourself and for other people. All right. Right. So we need to give thanks. We need to get good at it. It needs to become a habit. It needs to go into your daily practice of repetition. Day in, day out, we say thank you to the universe and source, and to the people around us as well. And we have to get good at treating the people around us with kindness. Transformation is not just one thing, it's a number of things. And we start to live that way, express ourselves in that way. This is how we go through life now. These are the things that we do on a daily basis. This is how I live now. I transform. I have changed. Now my life is now better because I am better, and I am also treating the people in my life better. There is no magic button to this. And I know this is what these people are telling you, that there's some magic towards this. It isn't. It's nothing but correcting your mistakes as you go along. Look at where you are coming up short and correct those mistakes. You are angry, hateful, resentful, or are engaging in self-sabotaging or self-condemnation. Your foot is on the hose, and the waters of life do not flow through you. So, anger kills off those sprouts, those seeds that you're planting. You are thinking about them, all the stuff that you want. In your creative mind, you want the house, the car, the wife, the children. You want to take the trip to Paris, all that stuff. That is creative, and these are the seeds that you are planting. But what happened? You only do that like 5% of the day, where you are consciously thinking about what you want. 5%. The next 95% of the percent of the day, your subconscious is running the show with these old programs, which is self-sabotaging, and disempowering. It killed off those little seeds that you spent the 5% of the time planting. Can't work. You're gonna have to plant these seeds, let them let those sprouts burst through the ground by cutting off negativity, resentful resentment, hate, anger, bitterness, old trauma, repetition of good, certain materials will help you. Like gratitude, big one I said on the list, and we should be doing that. Fitness helps tremendously in when you start to make transformation. Watch how you talk to the people who you are in relationships with. Big one right there too. And also the transformation. When you say you are going to do these things, did you do them? Are you disciplined? Are you committed to what you say you're gonna do? Are you disciplined? Are you consistent? Are you taking action? Are you doing all these things? If not, then it's gonna take you a lot longer to get to where you need to get to. Change, transform your life, become better than who you are right now. Transformation is huge on this journey. I mean, on your journey to become the next best version of yourself. And when you hit one version, you think, oh, this is it. Nah, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to upgrade again. It's like the iPhone 1. Nobody uses iPhone 1 anymore. You are like that too. You are always changing. I think it's like what, every 7 years. Every 7 years you're different. You were 7, then you know you're 14. That's a big difference. Then you're 21, big difference. You know. So, and then you're 28 years old. So every 7 years you upgrade, and you need to understand that, and work towards a change, because you see some people, and then 20 years later when you see them, they are the same place. They have making any changes. They're just the same people. Transformation allows you to upgrade, keep upgrading over and over and over and over. All right. Okay, folks. Ryan here with a new video. Looking forward to see you soon. A brand new video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also comment down below. Appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you very much. Catch you soon. Bye for now.